What's up, family? What's up, family? What's up, family? Good evening, good evening, good evening. How y'all doing? Woo. Welcome to the Daryl Show. Y'all, I'm a little discombobulated right now. Cleaning my glasses. I got people, a person moving around in my background, getting on my doggone nerves today. But no, I'm kidding. But we here. I'm here. The Daryl Show is here. Girl, hey, you ain't got to sneak. These people know you back there. You ain't got. Look at you. See, Lord have mercy, Jesus. You, you all them. Okay. She didn't want to come on today, but she want to talk trash and sit in the sidelines and things like that. First of all, how y'all doing this evening? How y'all doing this evening? I hope all is well. Hopefully, you guys have been having a wonderful week. I know last week was a doozy for us here at the Daryl Show, but we here today. Okay, we here today at a new time, 7 p.m. every Sunday. And we're gonna do what God called us to do and told us to do. Okay. Okay. So let's get right into it. The name of this show today is the name of this show today is Suddenly Williams Q&A, question and answering session. I do not know what you guys have been thinking or things like that when Ebony and I went public with our relationship / marriage last week. Honestly, I mean, it's life. It happens. I have gotten some well wishes. Well, we have gotten some well wishes, but we also got some poo pooing. also, and I mean, I didn't expect for everybody to agree, and I really didn't care about everybody agreeing. But at the end of the day, we did what we felt was best for us. We did what we thought God wanted us to do in the time in the season. He appointed this day. He appointed this season. We did not. We both had him in mind when we made our decision. It wasn't something that we did or made or some decision that we made irrationally or anything like that. This was something that we both really, really thought about. And again, I just knew for sure that that fish was going to swim off because I tried to throw it back multiple times. I did. I did. And as I said, now let me say this. No, I really appreciate everybody supporting us, reaching out to us and things like that, telling us, congratulations and all that type of stuff. But it's one thing that I probably shouldn't address this. But and I'm not gonna be here that long today, y'all, because I really don't want to get into it or talk about this too much because I am in a new season in my life where everything is finally going great. Now, I'm not saying that every other season was horrible, but this is a season that I had been looking for a very long time. So, with that, I just want to say, I really hate that my character was brought into question concerning my relationship with Ebony. Y'all, now I said this last week, and I know people probably missed everything I said. I just met this lady in January. I didn't know her before January. Did I? Did I know you before January? I didn't know you before January. Yeah, 3rd. I didn't know you before January 3rd. Now, before I started the new year 2026, I did everything that I could to really, people. I really sought God about getting in a different position going in life going forward. So, I asked God what He wanted me to do, and He told me, I had to clean some things up, and that involved dropping some people that probably felt like they didn't deserve to be dropped. However, it wasn't until I told God yes, and I did what He told me to do that I was able to even come across Ebony. Now, again, I'm not making no excuse for our relationship. I'm not going to change it. I can't go back. I can't delete her. It is what it is. But my character being in question, what I'm talking about is I was blamed for dating for a very long time and then revealing later on. That never happened. I never knew her. I did not know her. I literally met her because she stepped on my Jordans. She literally stepped on my shoes, and I was upset. That's how I met her. I didn't meet her until January 3rd, and we really didn't start talking until January 4th, for real, for real. Now, I know I told somebody, I was like, hey, I don't know where I am right now. I don't know what's going to happen in my life right now. I just know that the situation we're in is not worth, not, I can't say that it wasn't worth. I just say it wasn't going to fit my future. I'll say that it wasn't going to do what I really believe God wanted to do. And I did everything I could to um release people, release myself. And I went before God. I prayed. I repented. I did all the things, everything. I even blocked people. I did everything because I did not want to come into a new season dragging baggage. Now, that may seem disrespectful to some. They may seem like I am being a butthole or whatever the case may be, but that's not the case. I really and truly wanted things to be right going forward. And it was in that moment. That's why the name of this show, the name of this little series is, this is part two. It's Suddenly Williams. I did not know. I honestly did not know. And I feel like I'm doing too much defending myself and things like that. However, I just needed to say that and get it off my chest because it's like, I already knew no matter what I said or what I did, everybody wasn't going to be pleased in the first place. So I didn't know Ebony. And the way God moved quickly, it was a shock to both of us because we were sitting up here like, I know you got to be kidding. And now here we are. We're almost a month in now. Tomorrow will be 1 month that we've been married. And it's been a doozy. It's been great. I ain't even going to lie to you. It's been great, but it's been a doozy as well because I don't know if you guys know this or not, but becoming one with a stranger, marriage is you getting married to the most perfect stranger ever. The one that fits you in ways that others don't. You know what? Some people just be hating for no reason at all. Some people just say, I'm gonna ban Ebony K6045. Anyway, but it's been a doozy. We have been going through marriage therapy, couples therapy, and I like the lady. I like our therapist. But what you call those things? Some of these services, they out to just make money. They don't care what you got going on. They don't care about the story that you're building or anything like that. Can you pay us in order for us to keep this platform on? That's all. Now we're trying to find a way to get with our therapist because we like her. She's a believing woman. She's been married 27 years. The husband, the wife of one husband, all the things, and that was one of the things that Ebony was looking forward to was getting a marriage counselor. And we're not doing it because we're going through stuff. We're doing it because she and I are literally still getting to know one another. We're literally still getting to working out the whole, you're a stranger, I'm a stranger, let's make this work type of situation. Now I praise God that so far we have like a good steady foundation. We have something in place that is saying, hey, you guys can make it. You guys will make it. And I think the ultimate goal for us is we want to show other people, mainly our children, some of our friends, some of our family, that, you can get with somebody. You can put down all of your issues and your preconceived notions about another person and literally have a life with them. Just that simple. We always want God to be honored. We always want God to be glorified. We pray together. We fast together. I mean, we have conversations that married people have. We don't, yeah, we beef. She likes to put her feet on me. Um, and so I don't know why she don't want to join y'all today. She sitting over there looking crazy right now on YouTube, but and being a moderator over there, she won't even look at me because she could just be on here doing what she need to do. But anyway, but no, I mean just simple stuff. We sit up and we just talk about different things. We made a promise that we're gonna beef. We're not gonna do it in our bedroom. We're gonna beef outside of that because that's the second place for us. Um, and I'm thankful for, what we're doing. I'm thankful for us being able to literally sit there and talk and have conversation. Like this lady made me get a tattoo, y'all. Look at there. I ain't never had no doggone tattoo before. Talking about tattooing somebody name on my finger, or initial or whatever the case may be. But anyway, I really enjoy Ebony. I really enjoy the time that that we have spent and we're spending with one another. We I think we're out of the season where we're doing a lot of traveling right now. She don't like road trips. I'm a truck driver. I don't like road trips either. She don't know that, but I don't like road trips either. But I'm more apt to take a road trip because it's easier. I live 4 hours, 5 hours from my family in Georgia. So I ain't jumping on no plane to go fly down to Columbus to pick my daughter up or whatever the case may be. So I'm used to having a bunch of children in a vehicle and we going all over the place. She's not. She's only had herself and her son for the last however many some years. So there's a level of grace that she gets from me that not a whole lot of other people get. Um, you know, I always live by this mantra concerning being married to somebody. Find a person who's crazy you can deal with and just roll with that. Roll with that. Because everybody crazy in their own way. Everybody's crazy in the sense that everybody's crazy in the sense that, you know, they're just people. And I when I say crazy, I ain't talking about crazy in a bad way. I'm talking about crazy in a whatever way. Some people like people that are crazy in a bad way. I'm not one of those people. But I think that it's I think that it's amazing that I'm happy to defend what it is that we're doing, in a sense. But I'm not doing that anymore. I've committed to letting that go. She's my wife. I'm her husband. She's the only one I got. Yes, I've been married before, but she's not like the other ones, and vice versa. That's that. I love her, and I told you guys. I didn't tell you this, but my therapist told me a long time ago that Hmm. I need to have public relationships. She told me that I don't need to hide behind anything else. Because your boy used to go through stuff, and y'all wouldn't believe some of the people I dated, some of the stuff I've gone through, and kept it to myself. And so, but this time I made a conscious decision. I included my friends, I included my family. We put all of them into our business before we put y'all into our business. And there's a few things that I know that I'll probably do differently this time if I had to go through it again. Number one thing is I would probably keep this close to my chest for much longer than I did. In my excitement to being married and things like that, I've been single since 2011, right? Since November 2011. Yes, I've had girlfriends, I've had serious relationships. I even had a baby, 9-year old. Shout out to Scooter, and we'll talk about Scooter later because he got on my nerves last night. But I love him regardless. But I think that I would have kept my marriage and relationship closer to my chest a little bit longer, simply because I just think I needed to do that now, in hindsight. But I was never now when I say closer to my chest, yes, the people in my life would have known. I wouldn't have snuck and been married for somebody for a year or whatever, and not said anything to my children or my parents or something like that. However, I would have done everything I can to keep our relationship and our marriage more close to me. Also, I probably would have prepared sooner. I would have prepared sooner. I would have tried to make other arrangements. Not that I'm ill prepared now. It's just that when I first said I do, and after all of the pomp and circumstances of the I do and taking pictures and things like that, the reality of being married to somebody really, really hit me. I remember back in the day, an older lady. She's not old. An older lady at my church that I was at when I went through my divorce. She gave me some wise. She gave me some wise advice. She said to me, she's like, "Don't stay single too long." And she was like, I was like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "Women turn into cougars." She said, "I think men turn into panthers." She said, "Don't stay single too long, simply because you're going to get set in your ways and you're going to want to do things your way and your way only for that time being, but you're not really, really willing to leave space for another person." And I can tell you firsthand that that is one of the most greatest pieces of advice I've ever had, because not that, Ebony is a bad person, not that she's someone that takes up a lot of space or whatever the case may be, I just think I've been in survival mode for so long, and I've done things by myself for so long. It's honestly not easy to really let somebody in like that. Just to really, because I people like to talk about submission and things like that, but Paul tells us as believers we have to submit one to another. I have to submit to her. She has to submit to me. At the end of the day, I'm responsible for her. I'm responsible for our children. I'm responsible for our family. So all the decisions that are made are left on me. And that's one of the things I really, really should have taken more time to think through. Again, I'm not upset that I made the decision. I'll never turn my back on her or anything or any type of decision that I made. But I just don't think I really prepared for that. I spent my time preparing a house, having to make sure I had my job together, all of those types of things. But as far as me preparing to make space emotionally, make space even physically for another person, I probably should have taken more time to do that. It's not that, again, like I said, I am selfish. It's just that I've been living by myself since 2011. Well, of course, I had a roommate with Tyrone, but as far as another person, a woman being in my bed that I was committed to, I had not done that since 2009, honestly, because my ex wife and I were split for 2 years. So, with that, that's something I know that I would have done differently. I would have taken that time to really, really prepare myself. Now, there was no way for me to actually know what that space is like because I wasn't going to live with anybody. The only grown people that I lived with from that time was Tyrone. He was the best roommate that I had up to this point. And then my children, my grown children lived with me for a while, but there's nothing like, cause there's different, y'all know it's 4 or 5 different types of love, storge, philios, all the things. There's storge, philios, agape, and then eros. But the Eros love, like I said, the Eros love, that's the love between a man and a woman, two partners, whatever you believe, that's your business. But the intention, they're always intended from the foundation of the earth. Eros love has always been between a man and a woman. That erotic love, that's where we get the word erotic from. From that perspective, nothing can prepare you for that besides being with a person, living with a person. It's certain things I like. I can share this when I come home from work. I got a space in my kitchen counter that I come in and I empty my pockets. I come and I empty my pockets on my kitchen counter. Imagine my surprise one day I come home after I empty my stuff out of my pockets on my kitchen counter. I go look for my stuff and it's not there. And I got somebody fussing at me talking about you need to put your stuff in this place. I'm like, hold the heck up. But those things like that, I really didn't think through that. I really didn't think through like when we get homes, when we get a man has a house, but a woman makes it into a home. When we get houses, most men don't really think about it. Most men don't have furniture. Most men don't have like things hanging on the walls. We don't do any of those things because we do it with anticipation of a woman taking over and doing those things. So when I came in and my stuff was not where I left it, it's like, was I offended? No. Yes, I was offended. I ain't gonna lie. I was offended because it was something I was used to operating in that vein. That was something I was used to doing. However, when giving this over to another person, giving myself over, giving my life over to another person, I had to submit to it. Like her, she came independent. She came with certain things that she did and the way she's operated and things like that. Like I said, it doesn't matter what it is. It could be something just so small as this is superficial, but the color of your toenails or fingernails or whatever the case may be. Some people could say that's not really a big deal, but when you become married, things like that matters. I'm not into I'm not into red toenail polish. Look at looking like somebody's auntie. Why'd you make a noise on my podcast, man? If you gonna be on or you ain't. Okay, all right. So, but seriously though, like I'm not into that. You know, just certain things I know that I'm not into. I'm not into skinny girls. So she said, "Well, I need to lose 10 pounds." I'm like, "No, you don't." But whatever. But I'm saying all that to say certain things that we're just not going to be able to like do by ourselves anymore. Again, I never thought that I would get to the place where I would actually relinquish controls over part of my life that I was used to operating in by myself. I never thought about that. I never thought about having to um like wait until I eat before another person, for another person or whatever the case may. I never considered that I had to, I don't know, like literally, yes, I knew I had to pray for a wife. I knew I had to intercede for a family and things like that. That was already being done. But actually holding hands and being on my knees with a person, talking to God, I didn't, I saw people doing it, but I didn't factor that in. This is new to me, right? I've been married more than one time, and I've been married for longer than Ebony has been married. And this is the longest she's ever, she's been married before, but we just, yeah, we just can't get it. You know what I'm saying? We're getting it together. Would you say we are? Yeah, we're getting it together. You know what? Don't do that. We do it. We're getting it together because this is something that we desire to do. We trust God with this whole situation. It was something that I had been asking God for, and I'm telling you, I've had situations where I'm like, God, this person could be the one, and then it'll be something that will pop up, and he was like, nope, that ain't it. And I'm telling you, all the way down to the slightest little thing, God says, uh, the slightest little thing God says, matters. And I can say that it actually matters a lot to some. So it matters to us. Organization and cleanliness is subjective. We're learning to compromise in areas that we didn't have to before. I mean, I don't know what cleanliness and I mean, I ain't no dirty joker, but that's why you should have come on here and said this out loud instead of whispering. Now people gonna be wondering what you're saying. What she said was she likes certain things a best a particular way. You got a chair right there, and you got some headphones right there. Whenever you get ready, thank you. Come on around here. You're welcome. Hmm. Come on around here. She coming on, y'all. Because I don't know what she talking about. Sitting on here looking crazy, talking from a distance. Here you go. Yeah, forgive me. Let me get this together. Which channel you on? Channel 2? Nah, channel 3. All right. You good? You good? Come on over here. Come on. Come on. Hey, y'all. There she go right there. Anyway, let me slide over some more. All right. So, anywho, as I was saying, there's certain things that we just don't look at me like that. There's certain things that we just do differently. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Now, this will probably, let me say this. This will probably be our last show together for quite a while, maybe till next quarter or something like that. You agree?
I agree.
Okay. Now, what do you have to say to the people?
And so what I was saying was,
Come on, lean on in so they can hear you.
so Daryl comes into the house and empties his pockets
I do.
on the kitchen counter.
I do.
And so, for me, the kitchen counter isn't a place that you empty your day's work at. And so I like organization and cleanliness. And so I oftentimes am up at like 4 a.m. cleaning, worshiping while Daryl is sleeping so that I can kind of clean and move things around without him saying, wait, no, but I like that there. I like that there. So I am
But hold on,
so
but
I will admit that I get up super early and I clean so that he's not kind of standing on me like, but it's the reason why I have that there. Or no, I like that in that place so that we can kind of move it and find a better place for it to be.
go ahead. I'm listening.
I'm just saying.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you one of the best lessons, one of the lessons that I'm learning with her thus far is I'm learning how to be to accommodate. Now, this most people don't think about this. Okay, like this is one of the things. Now, the stuff that she's saying that I emptied my pockets is this right here. wallet and keys, pocket knife, and my earbuds. That's it, right? That's what I come in and I put on the counter. I ain't put no work bag up there. I ain't put no work boots up there, nothing like that. I got chapstick and I got a doggone boom boom stick. That's it. That's all I put on the counter. In the end, not just that, I put it inside of a little bucket that's on there. Do I or not? Yes or no?
Sometimes it makes it into the bucket and sometimes it does not. But what I will say is, Daryl married a nurse.
I did.
I see germs and infection and cleanliness in a completely different way from the average person. And so to me, when I walk into the kitchen and I want to cook or make something to drink and I see like keys that have been God knows where and have God knows what on them sitting on the kitchen counter where we prepare food, in my mind, I automatically think, oh God, he done brought COVID in here. Ain't no telling what's on these keys. Let me move them. Let me clean them. Let's find somewhere else that they can go so that we can maintain a level of cleanliness and infection control in this house.
First of all,
I'm just saying.
first of all, I go from my truck to the building, back to my truck. Now, truthfully, I am a truck driver, and anybody who knows truck drivers do not like to wash their hands, especially the ones that look like grits. Okay, they do not like to wash their hands at all. However, I have a truck full of hand sanitizer. Matter of fact, somebody brought me it seemed like a whole case of hand sanitizer here recently, but she even got hand sanitizer hanging all on my CPAP. Lord have mercy. Anyway, um, but anyway, I had to learn to be accommodating to another person, like even down to the smallest little inkling of Ebony is left-handed. So even when we go to church together, she likes to take notes. Well, there's a way I need to sit. I have to sit to the right of her. So, because if she sits to the right of me, then she won't be able to write. Neither will I. I like to take my paper Bible to church. I'm not one of them people that I use a cell phone, but it's just something about that paper Bible that I have to have in my hand. So, I mean, just even I don't know, just those are some of the most basic things. For the last month, though, I can say for the last month, for the both, I'll speak for me. I can't speak for her. For me, for the last month, I think that because we're older and because we've waited so long to be married, because she's been divorced. She's been single for how long now? Since what, 2017?
Yeah.
So since 2017, and me, it's been since 2011. I had a 6-year head start. Plus, older than her. I think it's been much easier for us to do things in a way that does not cause a lot of issues and trouble. Like we're not. I recognize something this past week that God is using me in the sense that my words matter. I have to literally speak life over our marriage and one another in order for us to really operate. We had a situation, wasn't that big of a deal, but I realized once I prayed in the moment, it got fixed just like that. So it's not something that we're out here just slamming each other's backs out. Now we do fight.
We schedule
fights. we schedule fights because I was
there. Me.
I did not see you at all. Don't tell that lie.
No, he cheated.
I did not.
He cheated.
We actually scheduled fights because I didn't use a Google Calendar before her. Okay. And so now I'll get an invite on the Google Calendar for a fight. Like last week, we had one scheduled for 7:00 last week. I did not cheat.
You cheated.
She told me because we were out and about. She told me, she's like, wherever it goes down, that's where we're gonna fight at. I was like, all right, bet, Shawty, you ain't said nothing. So we scheduled our fights. So we had scheduled it for the backyard, but we had to go to the Wally World. So we scheduled our fights, and we was like, you know what? Wherever it happens, that's where it's gonna go down at, because hey, it is what it is, Shawty.
You snubbed me.
I did not sneak you at all. I did not sneak you at all.
I didn't have on a watch.
So
Daryl was keeping up with the time.
It was
a few seconds before go time. Daryl sends me on the aisle over to grab something. So I wasn't ready, and he knew I wasn't ready. You distracted me.
If you stay ready, you ain't got to
get ready. With the stuff in my hands, y'all, and Daryl is like, hey, it's time. I was like, wait a minute.
7 o'clock.
There's a lady on the aisle with us. She looking like, what are these fools doing? What are these fools doing? Y'all, he snuck me.
I
He
didn't
snuck
sneak
me.
you.
But I got a bed last night. I got my kid bed last night.
How did I sneak you and you set up the doggone date on the
Because
calendar?
I'm ready. I'm just saying, I got stuff in my hand. I was not expecting him to sneak me. I was expecting him to shoot a fair one with me, but he snuck me when I got back. But it's okay because I got him back last night at the game. I won that one.
That's a lie.
I did.
That's a lie. That is a lie. Now you think you won that one last night?
Yeah, and I did.
Nobody else agreed with you though.
You don't have any proof.
Not just that, y'all. We went to the Braves game last night. Now I got to say this. We went to the Braves game last night and we lost.
Mm-hmm.
The Braves lost.
Mm-hmm.
And I said right then and there, don't do that. Because we're gonna win tonight, god dog it.
Yeah.
Right then and there, I said she's never coming to a game with me ever again. I don't know if it was her. I don't know if my sister Toot, Destiny, or Salem. But out of those 4 people, it wasn't Sugar Mama, it wasn't Scooter, it wasn't DJ, it wasn't myself. Out of those 4 people, they did something that, I mean, had my Braves out here looking crazy last night.
Because it couldn't have been the fact that the Braves just wasn't ready to play last night. It couldn't be the fact that
no, because we won the night before 11-5.
But last night though, and I'm just saying from my perspective, it appeared as if they had all put butter on their hands. They couldn't keep hold of the ball. They couldn't swing the bats. They just couldn't. I'm just saying.
Anywho, as I was saying, back to compromising. We've had to compromise. We've had to learn one another. We've had to, so far, had to come up with a way to make it work with each other. It's not that we didn't want to. It's not that we didn't like. People say marriage is hard. Honestly, I ain't gonna say that. And this is not turning into a relationship podcast or anything. Like the truth of the matter is, it's really not hard. It's only hard if you want it to be hard. Like we literally have to take a step back and say, okay, you got it. Okay.
Right.
And this, because I've learned even this short period of time in, do I want to be at peace or do I want to just be beefing? You know what I'm saying? Right.
Right. I mean, we can argue about anything.
Yeah.
But in any relationship, you understand that certain things, like you pick your battles. You pick your battles in relationship with your children. You pick your battles at work. Like, is what you're about to say really worth fighting over?
Right.
And if it's not, then leave it alone.
Right. Right. And we don't really get to spend a lot of time with each other, because our work schedules and things like that. But at the end of the day, the time that we spend together, I think that we maximize that time.
Absolutely.
She has strengths that I don't have. I got weaknesses that she doesn't have. And vice versa. I got strengths that she don't have. And I think that we both are using what God gave us and what we're learning to literally advance His kingdom.
Absolutely.
She got this thing where she likes to come in and use my University of Georgia coffee cups. You're not even a Georgia fan.
Will you hand me my?
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? She don't ask. She just goes in, which I don't mind. It is what it is. But I think that we are doing what we can.
Mm-hmm.
I have to ask God all the time to teach me how to love this lady, to show me how to love this lady. Again, it's
absolutely same.
We met each other in 69 days. Not 69 years, not 69 months, 69 days we were married to one another.
Right. Right.
You want to speak to that?
I mean,
you gotta speak to the mic.
But we came into it not with unrealistic expectations.
Right.
At the end of the day, this was a decision that we made with God. Mm-hmm. We are absolutely certain that this is what God wanted. This is what we wanted, but we didn't have unrealistic expectations. The fact of the matter is, it had only been 69 days.
Mm-hmm.
And so there are a lot of things that we have to learn. We're still learning, but we're willing to put in the work. We're willing to put in the prayer time. We're willing to seek God in all things to ensure that this continues to work. But we absolutely understand that 69 days is a short amount of time. And we have to be realistic about that.
Yeah. But so far, family members, friends, everybody has fully embraced,
Mhm.
our situation,
Absolutely.
our marriage. Even God Himself has
Mhm.
provided words of encouragement,
Right.
through the mouths of prophets and things like that.
Absolutely.
Now I'm a believer, y'all know that, but I'm more practical than I am. I'm just as equally practical as I am spiritual. Let me say, not more the other. But Ebony is an intercessor. Ebony is a person who, like she said, get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and go pray. At 4 o'clock in the morning, my CPAP is at the top of its. My CPAP is working overtime at that point because that's just not me. Now
Mhm.
I've had to learn to intercede for her.
Right.
I've had to learn to intercede for all 6 of our children
Mhm.
more. I had 5 and she came in with 1. But I've had to learn those things in the moment because yes, we can spend time praying for a partner, praying about a partner,
Mhm.
and things like that. But we really don't know the nuances, the ins and outs, or the idiosyncrasies of that
Mhm.
person
Mhm.
until you say I do.
Right.
Right? We did not live together before we got married. We did not have premarital sex. We didn't do
Mhm.
any of those things. And so even with family members, I say, okay, we did it God's way this time. Some don't even believe it, and it's like, well, you ain't got to believe it. Take it up with God because it's true. But with that,
I think that's the difference in your personality and mine, though,
what's that?
because I mean, it does touch you a little bit when someone calls your character into question.
Absolutely, it
Me,
does.
I don't care. I don't care what y'all say. I don't care what y'all think. I know that we made a decision, led by God. I know that we're happy with the decision that we made, and I really don't care. I don't care.
Well, I'll tell you why.
I don't.
I'll tell you why it bothers me because I spent a great deal of time because I used to be a big liar. I'm not gonna lie to you. I used to be a huge liar. I used to be a cheat. I used to be the things that Paul would say that were unworthy of a kingdom person. And so, especially with someone who has known me from when I was in them streets and doing all I
Mhm.
wanted to do to at this point now, who I'm out the way. I don't say anything. I don't really ruffle feathers. I don't rock the boat or anything as much as I probably could or even should. So if a person questions my character, it offends me. I'm not even gonna lie. It offends me. And it hurts a little bit simply because we are human beings. We are people. I think people don't really allow us to grow beyond what they know about us. I thought about
Mhm.
like somebody in particular, Andrew Chad Caldwell. Y'all know who he is, Mr. Delivered. And so one day, I ain't gonna lie to you, he's a character and he does things online
Mhm.
and things like that that seems questionable. But then God revealed to me, how could that man fully get free if we keep him in bondage?
That's true.
And I think that's where, because us as humans, we have to offer grace to the other person. We have to support and different things like that. I've learned I can only deal with a person based off of what they say and what they present. I try to
Mhm.
do everything I can to look at fruit. I try to make it my business to be a fruit inspector. We just talked about this yesterday, or yeah, yesterday about
Mhm.
God said let the wheat and tares grow together,
Right.
and He'll separate when it's time. And so my situation to some, although it's wheatful, can look like a tear to other people, and they just feel the need to try to pluck it up. But at the end of the day, God says that what He put together, let no man put asunder. So we're not going to allow the opinions, the attitudes, the actions of others to try to break us up. I've always said that if we're gonna beef or if we're gonna have issues, we're gonna fight things that are outside of our control,
Right.
not stuff on the inside of our control.
Mhm.
Now, again, we know that becoming one is not going to be easy. We talked about this last week, when Farnell was here. But we know that it's not gonna be easy, but it's also something that we are like purposely working towards. We did
Mhm.
not put our relationship, our marriage on cruise control.
Right.
We are literally putting in the work
Every day.
every single day to try to
Mhm.
make it to get to the next level. We talk about things, and I'm most happy that now I have a partner. I don't have to talk about things. I don't have to do things on my own anymore. I don't think people really understand the benefit of being with somebody who's your equal and can help you
Mhm.
flesh this thing
Mhm.
out. Like and like really, really flesh it out.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
For people that came before, you know, that never got to this level with me. My bad. I don't know what else to say. Even in her life, people that never
Mhm.
came that came before never got to this position. I guess her bad. I don't know. She don't care
I'm
either
not
way.
apologizing for it. It
It's
worked out the way that God wanted it to.
Well, see, to me, it's not even a work. It's not even an apology on my part, though. It's just that, oh well. Well, I mean, I
Yeah.
can't go back. I'm not going to throw this fish back to take another one into my boat. I mean, just simple as that. I can't. I don't know what else to say or do. But with that though, I'm happy that God chose Ebony for me. And I tell her that all the time. Although we both get on each other's nerves, but I think she get on my nerves more. And it's probably because I'm older. So, like again, I'm still working through the whole being a single man since 2011 deal.
Mhm.
She wasn't looking to be married to nobody. She wasn't looking to date nobody, nothing like that. And I wasn't either. No, I was. I know I told somebody I'm not ready. I know I
Right.
said that. I know that I said I'm not ready. I know that I said that this is not for me or anything like that. But when it came right down to it, God says, "Yes, you are." That's simply how it went.
Yeah.
Yes, you are. And I took it for what it was. I said, okay. I knew that it was gonna be. I knew it wasn't gonna be easy. I knew that the because I think we are our worst critics, right? I look at me and I look at the stuff I've gone through. I look at the stuff that probably even dealing with now, and say, I don't know. I don't know if I would want me like that. But I remember a friend of mine told me, I was like, you know what? I need to have this in the bank. I need to do that. Blah blah blah. All the things. And she said to me, you know what? She said, Daryl, the right woman is going to accept you how you are and going to help you get to the next level. Right. Now, and I've heard women say that, but being a person who was part of singles groups and even kingdom minded singles groups and things like that, I've often heard women say, oh, or people say, well, if you don't have, XYZ, then you shouldn't date, no matter what that thing may be. It could be, four cars or two houses and whatever the case may be, you shouldn't date. And I'm like, dang, ain't nobody gonna ever make it. And then like seriously, like I know I spent more time in single spaces than she did. I know that for a
Mhm.
fact. But then it's almost like how do you like I look at it like this. If I have everything together, what role is she gonna play?
Right.
Like what am I
Right.
gonna get or what am I going to do that's going to say, okay, well, I need your help. I mean, God gave us help meet or helpers for a reason,
Correct.
super helpers. So, no, I'm not saying she has to do all the heavy lifting. I'm not saying that she has to do everything, but there's some things
Work
I would
together.
like for her to do. You know what
Work
I'm saying?
together. Absolutely. Um, when Daryl and I first started dating, there were some things that I expressed to him that I would like to have in place. I have been praying to God about having in place because ultimately I wanted to be a helpmeet. I wanted to be a partner. I didn't want to be a liability or feel like I was a liability to my husband. After expressing that concern to Daryl, Daryl said to me, like, but hey, four hands are always better than two. Two people working on something is always better than one. And it helped me to understand that while in my mind I needed for all these things to be lined up, but essentially then I would never be at this place that I am right now without understanding that I can't line everything up. I can't fix everything. I've got to go the way that God tells me to go, and He'll make sure that everything is prepared and make sure that everything is in place. And He's allowing me to see that having a partner absolutely makes things easier. On the last podcast, Daryl shared how he felt a weight when we got married. I actually felt the opposite. I felt a weight lifted, a burden lifted for so long. Being a single parent, being a single woman, head of household, everything, every decision that I made fell on my shoulders. Every good decision, bad decision, whatever, the outcome of it fell on my shoulders. And instantly when I got married, I felt a weight lifted. I felt like I had someone that could absolutely help me carry the load or carry whatever load for me. I did not have to do it all on my own. And I felt very weightless. concerning that. And of course, he shared that he felt the weight, and I think it was just a weight of responsibility. But I was absolutely happy to turn over responsibility in some areas because that's what I needed. And again, that was a part of God telling me, "Hey, all of these things that you're asking for, you'll find it if you just ask for a husband." And I was able to see that on the day that we got married.
And I'm telling y'all for a fact, this Negro is not gonna reach for anything that she doesn't have to. No matter how big or small, she is not gonna lift it up at all. She is not gonna reach for it at all. Like certain things, like I'll give you an example. And I know this ain't too much. Before she met me, she used to jump out the car and just run to do what she got to do. I'm like, then we got together. I'm like, what are you doing? She trying to jump out the car and all this type of stuff.
Yes.
And it's like, I'm like, wait a minute. Let me go and get you. Let me go and get you together, baby girl. We don't do that around here. we don't. We have chivalry around here. Now, this Negro even want me to open the driver's side door when she's about to drive, and I'm talking about, and I don't care. I can have the keys in my pocket, car turned off. She'll sit there in the hot box until it's time, until I open that door, which I ain't got no problem with. I mean, I appreciate the fact that she's submitting to that part of me, but at the same time, though, when I tell you,
I got it now.
she,
I'm used to going everywhere alone, and so I do. I get in the car and get out of the car, open the doors myself because I didn't have somebody else that could do it. And so when Daryl and I got together, absolutely, that was something that he said, like, "Wait, hold on. You don't open the door yourself. You don't get out the car yourself. Let me do it." Took a little while, but I got it now.
and by a little while, she mean 5 minutes.
I got it now.
And she mean 5 minutes. It ain't take no days. It took 5 minutes. So
He'll come back outside the next morning. I'll still be in that car sleep if you don't open the door.
it literally took 5 minutes.
Y'all, the car door does not work for me anymore. I can't open it.
They got talking about the door too heavy. How?
Yes.
It's the same door you've been getting out of.
It feel different now.
Even Scooter, I'm talking about even Scooter be opening up her door. I'm like,
shout out to you for raising him right.
Man, forget all that. I'm just trying to figure out why the door don't work no more.
I think that's what happens when you get married. The door stop opening for you. I don't know. I'll give y'all an update on that later.
I guess, but anyway, that's the thing. Now I'm gonna put this out there. All right, that's the phone number. I'm giving y'all 2 minutes. If somebody decides to call, you can call. But I ain't really interested. But what have you learned so far being married to me for the last month? And YouTube, I mean not YouTube, Facebook, if y'all are commenting, I can't see it. I don't know why the software is not allowing me to see y'all's comments. You said what now? Well, it's on here. But go ahead.
So I've learned a lot about myself being married to Daryl. Even in the dating process, we had a conversation with my pastor, and I was telling my pastor that the Lord revealed to me that Daryl is my Aaron. Daryl has a way of wording things with a finesse that I just don't have. I just don't have. And so a lot of times when I need to respond to something and I'm not sure how to, I go to Daryl to proof it for me. I run it. Daryl is another filter that I run it to. He'll give me a way to say, because to me, like, hey, that's using too many words. I don't need to use all those words. Let me just be straightforward and direct with what I have to say. But I recognize that God does give me things to say. However,
Go ahead. Hold on. Go ahead.
Okay. Daryl does give me things to say. However, God gives me things to say. However, my delivery, and this is another conversation that I've had with my pastor. Sometimes when you say things, it may not be well received because of how you delivered it. Right wording, wrong delivery. And so I, of course, run it by Daryl, like, hey, this is what I'm feeling. This is what I want to say. And while what I'm saying may be right, the way I say it is probably all the way wrong. And so Daryl will give me another way to word it so that it is delivered with love. And I mean it. I mean well, but again, my delivery may not convey that. And so Daryl absolutely gives me a different way to say it so that it can be well received. And the point intended is brought across.
Yeah. Auntie Cynthia. You gotta turn her radio down. You got
Tell us to turn the volume down.
I said you gotta turn the volume down so we can hear you over there. So if you go say something, you gotta say something.
You think?
You want me to say
Yeah, but you have to mute the YouTube first.
No, you can. I know. Okay, that was Carolyn on her phone, and I can Facebook. And I don't. She was on Facebook.
She got to turn the volume down. But go ahead.
Turn the volume down. Your volume, yes.
No.
Okay, well,
No. She had to turn her volume down. My mom needs to turn her volume down. We hear you.
You can hear me. If there is some feedback or something.
No, we can hear you.
Oh, I'm not up to the part that you all on because I'm a little bit delayed. But the last part that I had heard was she was saying that she had talked to her pastor, and then she came back and she spoke to you. It wasn't the things that she said, but was she ran it through you how she was saying it. And it's okay to because they say two heads are better than one. I love the fact that you, Daryl, are saying that you had to realize that the things that you were saying, it must bless your marriage. I listened to the last podcast. I came in listening a little late, and I heard everything that I heard Ebony say to me that was very positive. And I heard the little sprinkling that you were saying. So I'm glad within a week that the Lord revealed to you that you have to say things to bless your marriage. I know you're happy. I can tell you're happy. I look at your face. I can tell about Ebony. I can look at her face. And when she said that you had the load was instantly released from instantly released from her, and you say you felt the gravity. That's the balance. That's the balance. So now you'll be able to balance it off. A woman has a desire for security, and that's what it was. It also keep her independent. And my opinion. But the thing is, I'm talking. You can call when you want to call.
Y'all know this live, right? Yeah. Yeah, I know this is live.
You don't have all my answers.
I love my new family, y'all. I just want y'all to know that.
I don't have. We're gonna keep it real. I don't know. No, we're not. Yeah, you won't get. You're thinking that. I'm just not.
I think for y'all. Go. Oh boy. Okay.
Y'all.
Yeah. Anywho. we look, so I could not see the Facebook comments on this software. I promise you I could not see it, but I had to open up on my phone and now I can. And I'll see it, Arika. Yeah, we are. And Nikki, I'm mad. What you mad for? I didn't get an invite.
Nikki, it was eloped.
It was elopement. We didn't have no wedding. You can get one to the one for you can get one for the one coming up in March for our anniversary. Excuse me, but we didn't give we did not have a wedding at all. Mm-mm. She didn't want one. I was willing to have a wedding. I was willing to try to sacrifice. But she did not want a wedding at all. I'm sorry, we didn't get one, but you best believe when the shindig go down, I got you. Yes. I got you. The shindig go down, I got you. Yes. We did not. I don't know why it's not showing up on this screen over here, but it's okay. I'm looking at it on my phone now. But you ain't got a boo. You ain't got a boo. You ain't got a boo. I mean, it's life. It is what it is. But we have, like I said, been having fun. Yeah. Learning one another.
Absolutely.
Growing. things like that. I think that we are well on our way. If we continue this pace, we should remain married for at least 72 days. Yeah, we should make it at least 72 days. What you think? I think we'll be okay for about 72 days. And then after that, we'll try all over
Keep
again.
pressing forward.
Yeah, we'll keep pressing forward all over again. But I really, really care for Ebony a lot. All jokes aside, I really care for Ebony a lot. I wasn't expecting for her to be Miss Perfect. I wasn't expecting for her to come in and my life changes in the moment. She has really, like I said, has taught me even a short period of time on how to accommodate, how to do things, not just for myself, even all the way down to the way I cook, the way I do laundry, like everything. She got me over here. Nikki, we finna block you, Nikki. Got dog. Anyway, we try to. I speak for me. We try to accommodate one another, and she, I can say she actually does as well. She went from one child to 5 extra. Now, mind you, my children are mostly grown. The only one that we really have to think about is Scooter, and she actually thinks about them way more than I do. Them children way more than I do because
they are great.
Are they?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they be getting on my nerves sometimes.
They are great kids.
They be getting on my nerves sometimes. But
they are really great.
She really, really loves Salem, and that's appreciative. I really appreciate the fact that she has taken Salem in and she calls him her grandson. We went out to, where did we go? To the outlet, to the shoe store. We went to Allen Edmonds, and I was asking, I didn't even know the store was there or whatever, but I was looking at Allen Edmonds and I was asking him about put some more soles on my shoes or whatever. And people in there thinking that we were the parents of Salem. I was like, no, that's not gonna happen. That's never gonna happen. This is his mama's baby. But we really, really appreciate the fact that I really appreciate the fact that she has taken kindly to family. There's some things we're still working out. She likes to be more regimented and things like that. But as a truck driver, as someone who has lived his life a particular way, for the most of his life, I'll make a plan, but I'm loose with making plans.
And again, I work on a calendar.
This one you got to start on. It started at 7:00. She need to be there at 6:55. That's who she is. I'm not that guy. I get there when I get there.
We working on it, y'all.
We working on it. We're working on it. We're working on it. It's
we working on it.
We're working on it. So, the only thing I show up for on time is when we schedule them tussles. When we schedule that tussle,
early.
I will get I get there when the time if it says 7:00 at 7:01, let's fight, god dog it.
He's early for those. That's why he snooped me.
I didn't sneak you at all. You don't stop to allow me. I did not sneak you at all. But anyway. No. But seriously though, I really appreciate everyone being supportive. I appreciate everyone. And I ain't got no reason to apologize to anyone. No. I don't think you got a reason to apologize for anyone.
I'm not apologizing for being blessed.
Girl,
I'm not at all.
Girl, you better
not at all.
Tell that to the people again.
I'm not apologizing for being blessed. Daryl is a blessing. He is a gift sent to me from God, and I will not apologize.
You better tell these people. You better tell these people. Look, my Braves is winning. That's why I'm looking at the TV. My Braves is winning. Anyway, I knew it was because they
washed the butt off their hands. They had a good night's sleep.
You know what, y'all? I'm not doing this today. I'm going to let y'all go, but I am going to end this video the way we started it last week. I am going to replay the video that revealed everything. I'm gonna end this live the way that everything was revealed. I am so happy that I have entered a new season, and like she said, I did not want to do things by myself anymore either. I didn't want to make decisions by myself anymore. It's good. Like, hey, what you want to eat? Now, one thing about this Joker, she know what she want to eat. She know what she want to eat. As long as there ain't no bacon, as long as there ain't no bacon or anything like that, she know exactly what she want to eat.
Right.
So,
Right.
you know, because she don't eat pork, and she not Muslim. Because I want to date I want to marry a Muslim woman, but
I just don't eat pork.
she don't eat pork. You know, and I can say, you know, some of the benefits that I've seen so far with being married is I started losing weight. I lost weight. I don't have any. I never had blood pressure issues anyway, but now I go to the doctor as normal. Let me see. I sleep great. Like, I was sleeping better with the CPAP, but now I sleep great. Except somebody's who hot body be on top of me. Fellas, that perimenopause and menopause, that is a real thing. I ain't putting up business out there because there's life. That's no secret right there. That's life. That's just
Right.
part of being a woman. That's life. That's a real thing, man. Like no, like, bro, that's a real thing right there. Like,
Yeah.
when your lady deal with that, deal with it, my boy. It's just a part of being 40 plus. I mean, certain things we just can't get past. It's life. These bodies they got time limits on them, right?
But it's gonna save an electric bill because during the wintertime you will not need heat.
Nigga.
You won't need heat.
Is that okay? How am I gonna last until then though?
I don't know. We in this together.
Listen, we like, again, we appreciate everybody. We're thankful for everybody. I hate that we can't see the Facebook comments over here on the screen. Gotta look on the phone. But
I
because this,
see a lot of congratulations. Thank you guys. I
yeah,
really appreciate that.
and you know, and y'all wouldn't believe this. She doesn't want to be on camera at all, and I'm just so thankful that she has decided to come out of her shell. Because when we get through with this, she got to go back on the camera. So we're gonna, we're gonna make sure that, you know, I'll do everything I can. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna do everything I can. Like I said last week, I do everything I can to represent her the right way, in her face and behind her back. Most importantly, I know that God is watching me no matter what.
Right. And I feel the same way. Absolutely.
I appreciate you saying that. We have this has, like, for the last few weeks, we've been traveling like all over the place, right? This one doesn't like road trips. I don't mind a road trip. I actually don't like road trips, but I don't mind a road trip. But I can say, after we get through tussling, it always works out.
Absolutely.
You know, they're just part of it. It's certain things that we just can't get beyond, get past. But yes, I am appreciative of her. I'm appreciative of the new season that we're in. We're working on things. We're establishing ourselves as a couple. And we're still establishing ourselves individually, because we did not lose ourselves when we said I do.
Right.
We didn't lose ourselves. We didn't say, you know, well, now that I'm married to you, I ain't got no identity no more. Now it's, you know, I got an identity, but I also got an attachment as well, you know. So, but I'm thankful. I'm thankful that, you know, she's allowing me to, you know, just be there for her and teach her. And, you know, I got to learn from her as well. I don't, this whole, oh, you got to submit, you got to submit, you got to submit. Excuse me. Yeah, you do. But it goes both ways.
It does. Yeah,
Go both ways. In situations she had to say, hey, bro, I don't really like that. And I'm like, it's not that big of a deal. But I'll go back and I'll say, you know what? It's a big deal to her, so it has to be a big deal to me. Because again, I operated the way I operated up until I said I do, until March 13th. At, like, what time was it? 10 in the morning?
Yep.
That's when okay.
And so now we have to consider each other in the decisions that we make and the things we do and the things we say. We have to consider each other.
Yeah. So, well, you got anything you want to say to the people? I know you ain't
married, so thank y'all for the congratulations.
Well, I guess you heard that there. Yeah, that's right, Alicia. It goes both ways. Thanks, Claudette. we're looking on my phone at the Facebook comments. I don't know
Yeah.
why they're not popping up on the screen. They usually be on the screen over here. But again, this is the Daryl Show is not turning into a relationship podcast. This is just new. This is something that we're sharing with
Correct.
everybody. Next week we're gonna be talking about something totally different. She'll
Absolutely.
probably be over there on YouTube.
Oh, I'm gonna stay in the comment section. I
Yeah.
was doing that before we got married.
Well, that's true.
But at the end of the day, the Daryl Show is Daryl's. Is what God gave Daryl.
Right.
So it'll continue to be that.
Y'all hear that? Ain't nobody coming here taking over, god dog it.
No.
Now, I do need help. So I will take on some employees. And from time to time, are we going to agree? Because I want to get this on record. Are we going to agree to do a show like once a quarter or something like that, or once a
Absolutely.
month, or how we going to do this?
Absolutely.
What's comfortable to you?
I don't know. We can discuss that. But definitely we'll do some collaborating because God has also given me something that I need to work on. So we'll definitely collaborate.
Y'all hear that, don't you? All right. And I know she run my numbers up when she on here. So yeah, man. Yeah. She run my numbers up with but I mean it is what it is. It's life. And we really appreciate, everything. We really appreciate everyone.
Mhm.
Now, I gotta say this. People are asking, about a wedding and things like that. We did not have a wedding,
We did
but
not.
we did intend to have a landing page because we do not have a gift registry.
Mhm.
We do not have a gift registry. We're not putting out a gift registry or anything
Right.
like that. So what we have decided to do, and I will post it on my personal page if you want to participate. I will post it on the Daryl Show. I will post it on the YouTube page. What we decided to do,
Mhm.
she has 3 organizations that she would like for people to donate to, and I have 3 organizations that we would like for people to donate to. My organizations is the Valley Rescue Mission in Columbus, Georgia, the Union Mission in Savannah, Georgia, and Hands of what's the name of Missy's? Hands of
I've got it written down.
I got them upstairs too.
I don't have it on my phone. Anyway, it'll be on
Hands
the
of Hope.
page.
I'm sorry, Hands of Hope.
Yeah.
Hands of Hope, and your 3 are
Our Grace Point Community Church, also Tutus and Boots for City of Hope Church, and also Grace to Serve.
Mhm. So these are organizations that we would like for people to donate in our names on our behalf instead of giving us gifts or anything like that. Now, if your gift gonna be high 5 figures or low 6 figures, hand it to me, baby.
Donate to the charities, y'all. The landing page will have a little bit of information about each one to help you decide or pray on it and see which way the Lord leads you and what He leads you to give. But these are absolutely charities that we both individually have sown into, whether
Been
it's
part of.
time or money or whatever the case may be. They are near and dear to us, and so we like to come together to ensure that we put out information, making everyone aware that these people are out here doing work.
Right.
They're doing kingdom work in the community,
Right.
and so we absolutely want to support them.
Right. And again, we're both givers.
Mhm.
We're both givers, sowers, all the things. But we would like to take this time or take the opportunity if we want to help other people. Our house is full.
Praise God.
We ain't got nothing else to put in here
Praise God.
right now. We're trying to
Praise
get these
God.
kids to move out so they can take some of that stuff with them. You know what I'm saying? So, no, seriously though, we really want to help people. We really want our legacy as a couple to be, whenever you got with Daryl and Ebony, you left blessed. That's what I say.
Absolutely.
So, and I'm not speaking for Ebony. I'm just saying that these are things that we talked about. We talked about, doing things in the community. We talked about taking care of our personal communities and things like that.
Right.
And these are things like growing up, I lived in the Valley Rescue Mission in Columbus for a season. So it's always been special and near and dear to my heart for my mom, my sister, and myself, for me.
Mhm.
When I first left Columbus and moved to Savannah, I had to live in the mission over in Savannah, and it was a blessing to me until I moved out. Hands of Hope, lady I met here in Charlotte, she is a wonderful service where she goes out every weekend and she takes every dime that she has of her own money and feeds the homeless and things like that. And I just thought And matter of fact, my insurance has changed, so I won't even get to go to that eye doctor anymore. So, but I always remember that she did that, and I always wanted to help as the best as I could. So,
Absolutely.
that's where we are. But we really appreciate everyone. This is the longest show I've ever done. So, you got anything else you want to say?
And we married now. Thank y'all for the congratulations.
You said it already.
Feel like I need to say it again so people leave you alone.
So we gotta get ready for work. I gotta get ready for work, and she has to get ready for work as well. So because we working people around here, god dog it. Yeah, this thing ain't magic. So we love y'all, and we really want you guys to have a wonderful week. We want everybody to get out there and really, really make an impact. Love your neighbor, love yourself. Most importantly, love God. We want you to have a great week. Shout out to everybody in Artemis too that made it back to Earth safe and sound. We'll be going to the we saw the landing the other day, and it was amazing in my opinion. But we really, really appreciate all of you guys. I am at peace with my decision. I love Ebony. I love my bonus son. And expect to see more from me. Expect to see more for her. I'm next week's show. I'm trying to invite somebody on because there's something in particular I want to talk about. I want to talk about injustice. So hopefully I can get this man to commit to being here next week. But remember, every Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern, we are here on the Daryl Show, and I want you guys to have a wonderful week, okay? Find you a good Bible-based church. If you want to receive Jesus, you can. We live in tumultuous times right now. We're in the midst of a war. Our country has celebrated 250 years, and we have been at peace for only 16 of those years. So think about that. Don't forget your neighbor. Don't look down on people because you don't know who God is using. Again, wheat look just like tares. Only God knows the difference. So he didn't give either one of us the anointing to tell the difference. We can only deal with people through spiritual fruit.
Right.
That's it. We ain't got nothing else to judge anybody else on. If you could tell me one thing, but if your actions show me another one, I know what I'm dealing with. Okay. Love you. Keep you, and God keep you, and we will talk another time. All right. God bless you. Thank you.
Bye, y'all.
Go ahead, Joe.
No, I mean, go back to telling your story. The angel of the Lord who was leading you.
He came down floating like light, like the Holy Spirit, like a dove, just floating and just landed on me. I'm just like, wow. And then that's what happened. But anyway,
it ain't land on you. It must land on some. Oh, go ahead, tell your story. Tell your story, my boy.
That thing was anointed back then, man. I mean, what you want me to say? So, but anyway, we had the party or whatever. Of course, Sharika said yes. Shout out to my sis Sharika. And so we fast forward. I'm thinking, the wedding gonna be like next year. We'll see. That was what 2007. I'm thinking they will get married in like 2008 or something like that. These jokers didn't waste no time. It was October.
No,
I was
that
like,
was on roller skates. That joke didn't waste no time.
I mean, zero time. But in hindsight, though, when you really think about it, I think I'll probably be that way too. I get engaged today and like next week. All right, let's do it. Right?